right, welcome back to Bad Society. I'm your co-host here with my other co-host,
Eh,
and of course the other one.
And C Money, man.
C Money.
But I will say I was at the bowling alley tonight and somebody had C Money as their name. I was like, fuck, I gotta change
They
that.
stole it. You need to patent it. You need
You're
to
like-
trademark it right now.
You're like-
Trademark that shit.
What other coincidence?
Yeah, dude. I was so mad. I was like looking at because part of me was thinking about putting that on there because my kids wanted like the stupidest names. Like we went bowling the other day,
Mhm.
and my oldest was like, he's like, I want to be Mr. Piranha.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, yeah, piranhas, they eat things. And I was like, all right.
They eat
And I
the
can't remember what
heads.
the little guy wanted to be. It was something stupid though. And then today he wanted to be Mr. Snake.
Mr. Yes, Mr.
And
Solid
then,
Snake.
and then Jack wanted to be Voltage. I was like, I don't Voltage. What are you talking about? He's like, well, in the show, there's an electric eel and they named him Voltage. I was like, you mean Voltage? He's like, no. Voltage.
No, bro.
Shoot
This sounds like
bolts
us
of
when we were
electricity.
kids.
No,
Yeah,
bro.
but I was like, shit, maybe he's right, dude. Maybe there's bolts of electricity. I don't know. I never watched the show.
Me, I would have been a kid. I would have been like, I want my name to be Blade.
Blade.
Blade, the Green Ranger.
Blade's a good one.
Tommy.
Tommy's good. Tommy's always good.
Yes. All right. Who else is excited for the premiere of Acolyte episode 5 tonight? Let me hear them raves.
What do you
Yeah.
guys do you guys think that the Sith Lord that we saw in the last episode, do you think he is the apprentice or the master?
I think he's the apprentice because it's a mistake. It's a mistake not to have Plagueis, and I believe in the direction of this show. So I believe we're gonna have like a Plagueis, like probably in the last episode, they're gonna be like, oh no, here he comes, and he's gonna be a giant moon, and you're gonna be like, oh, it's fucking Plagueis, fuck yeah, dude, it's gonna be
So
awesome.
is this guy Sidious then?
No. There's
No,
no
it's
way
too
it's
far in
Sidious.
the past.
Yeah, Sidious is a kid.
I thought Sidious's master was Plagueis.
It is,
Or-
but it doesn't mean Plagueis didn't have other apprentices. Like,
Yeah.
how even when he was a student of Plagueis, he had Maul at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Betraying and, being secretive is a whole Sith thing, so they constantly kind of subverted their masters.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and pretty much like you could also say like because like Plagueis could have had other apprentices, apprenti. I don't know what the word is. Apprentices, and like the thing is, if they couldn't kill him, he was gonna kill them. So like they made an
Sure.
attack on him and they died. Then like, gotta find the next.
Yeah,
Mm.
dude. You have to
Next
think
man
like
up.
a Sith, man. You have to think like a Sith. You always got to have the next man up because there's only a rule of 2. So your apprentice has to be the strongest.
Is there though?
Yes, there's a rule of 2.
Is it really like that though?
Well, you need to be the strongest.
Gotta be the
I
short.
don't know. I haven't even watched the show yet.
Come on,
Not a
dude,
si-
it's so
nobody-
good. Have you
nobody-
seen those audience scores?
Yeah, what is going on? People fucking hate that show.
I know.
Dude,
Is it just trolls or is it like legit just a bad show?
some is legit, some is trolls because they start review bombing shows that just shared the name, thinking it was Star Wars: The Acolyte.
Interesting.
So there was like a movie that came out in like 2003 called Acolyte, and I got review bombed.
No, hold on.
Yeah, I'm
No.
not kidding.
They're saying like the timeline is all messed up.
I'm just saying some of it. all
Oh,
of it.
like who? The big thing was what's his name? The big head guy.
Kiandi Mundi.
Yeah, they're like he shouldn't be in there.
Mm.
Yeah, that was
They're-
kind of weird. But
they're
like,
saying-
then again, who the fuck cares about Kiandi Mundi?
Obviously, a
he-
lot.
Well, I mean, people are looking for things that are wrong. I think the issue is I don't think there's anybody who has like overarching control of the universe being like, you can't do that. That violates canon. They're just letting them add whatever they want and kind of make up some shit as they go along.
It
Yeah.
definitely seems like since Disney has acquired it, there is a very overtone of fan fiction happening.
I mean,
Yeah, but it's not even fan fiction. It's fucking director fiction. Because
Yeah.
we even talked about this. Dude, the nerds would keep to the story and keep to the universe. It's the non-nerds that are kind of ruining it.
They'd
that
be
didn't
rigid,
grow up
but,
on
like,
Star
the
Wars.
non-nerds would make sure nothing ever fucking came out again.
What do you mean?
Well,
The story-
they're rigid, and like with evolving and how stories inherently evolve over time, there wouldn't be any evolution. It'd just be the same thing rehashed.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. And I mean, we kind of did get that though.
Yeah, with the Force Awakens, yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I just don't know why people like J.J. Abrams. I don't get it.
So my whole thing with the Force Awakens was I was fine with the very first one being a rehash because you're kind of trying to bring in a new generation of people, and it's an easy way to get them into it. It was just like they didn't do anything after that.
I hated Force Awakens. I couldn't even see it on
I
that
didn't-
perspective.
I didn't-
Because like episode 1, The Phantom Menace,
didn't
was supposed
dislike
to be
it.
our introduction, and that wasn't a rehash. You know,
I
that was
just
the
like-
millennial introduction to Star Wars was The Phantom Menace, and it was nothing like A New Hope.
I just like
why does
how
need to be
Rey-
And it was
Gen Z?
garbage.
Phantom Menace?
Phantom Menace is terrible. I
What are you-
hate
What?
that movie.
What are you talking about? Attack of the Clones was garbage.
What?
Phantom Menace at least had some like charm to it.
No, it didn't.
That
It was
Darth
weird.
Maul.
What do you mean it was weird?
That Qui-Gon Jinn.
It had midichlorians.
Yeah,
What else
and
could
they killed him off.
At the end.
They killed him off.
At the
You have one of
end?
the best, such a great character, and you fucking kill him. What are you doing?
You can make the same argument for Ben Kenobi.
Pod racing, dumb,
Hell yeah.
Dumb. That was dumb.
dumb. You rewatch the Darth Maul scene, terribly shot and cut.
Okay,
was
It
awful.
should have been longer. That's about it.
It should have been way longer.
1998, bro.
1999.
It came out in 1999. Yeah.
Yeah, but when it was shot, it was probably shot in 98.
I mean, you can tell it was shot in the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm saying like the way the scene was too chopped up. They tried to like interlace it with other stuff instead of just having a fucking dope battle.
Okay, I can still remember
Rewatch it.
no,
I still
no,
remember,
no. I mean, like,
collectively my mind, like my brain synapses exploding when Darth
Yeah.
Maul ignited that second blade.
exactly. I mean, from
It
there,
was
I
one
mean,
of the
like,
most
what else do you
iconic
need,
moments
bro?
in Star Wars.
And then you have
Yeah,
these two Jedis. They just drop their robes. They're looking death right in the face, and they just drop their robes, bro.
And who can
I mean,
forget Jar Jar
How
Binks?
can you just in best scene ever? Best.
I'm not saying there weren't good scenes and good characters. I just didn't think the movie was like that great.
I thought
did
it
it,
was,
but
I thought it was good. I liked it.
Qui-Gon Jinn,
When
bro.
I can still watch that movie. I cannot still watch Attack of the Clones. It is a
Yeah.
slog to get through.
Attack of the
I
Clones
love.
is pretty rough.
It is kind of rough. It is. It is kind of rough. It is.
Could Lucas have done better with Phantom Menace? Yes, but then
He was.
Lucas didn't spend like the gap between 1983 when Return of the Jedi came out and then 1999. Lucas wasn't doing anything with Star Wars in that time. He only got back to it like what, 2 years before the Phantom Menace?
Lucas.
I mean,
Lucas really like
yeah.
the drama and opera of it.
Well, it's a space opera. That's what he calls it.
I know I mean, like that's why it's kind of, it gets hard to like get through. There's no action.
Well,
There's no lightsabers.
well, you need
Where's the lightsaber?
Well, I mean, people Star Wars endures because of its story.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
what's more
Of the universe.
think about
Well,
it, dude.
back
What's
home.
more iconic? Luke fighting Vader or Vader revealing that he is Luke's father? What's more iconic?
Well, what could be even more
Luke.
iconic?
I am your father.
Far more iconic.
He does.
And if you look
What-
at the old like battles in the original trilogy, they aren't that great.
They're terrible. They're so
Ben
bad.
Kenobi just swings his lightsaber like this and kills a guy.
and then Darth Vader
Well, you
goes
could-
like
you could-
this.
You
up
can
and
definitely
down.
tell in the first episode or the first movie they had no idea how to like choreograph a fight scene. But then you watch like the later ones, like Luke's like flipping around and
Yup.
you know like kind of there's definitely more choreography.
He's still
than
going
what's
like
there.
this.
In the
though.
Empire Strikes Back, the fighting was definitely a lot stronger. In Return of the Jedi, if you
Best
look at
movie. Best movie. Doesn't matter.
it's one of my favorite too. The Ewok. It started off a little rough, I won't lie. But like the final fight between Luke and Vader, Luke is just swinging wildly.
Yeah.
But he also isn't a trained Jedi. Whose
What-
training that man
He was
had?
a knight at that time.
He had more training
Yeah,
than
yeah, but-
Rey.
But here's the thing: is
More
he
training
one?
than
He's
Rey. And then Rey beat Ben Solo.
well, kinda.
And more training than Rey. Way more training than Rey.
Well, you know what? Maybe she's just
Sorry,
got
sorry. You're right,
more
you're right.
force.
You're right. She alone didn't beat Kylo Ren. He also got beat by the not force sensitive guy just having a lightsaber.
Which, by the way, what a way to like totally drop the ball on having him potentially be force sensitive.
He should have been the main character. He had a way
He
more
should-
interesting story than Rey.
He did.
Far more
I
interesting
honestly,
story.
I thought it was going to start with her, and then you kind of figure out like she's like Han and Leia's like lost daughter or something, and then it was going to make Finn the actual like main like almost like the heir
Mhm.
to Luke.
I mean,
And I was like, what a great twist it would have been.
it would have been a great twist. And considering he was like a stormtrooper, you know, a lol cow in the original
Yeah.
trilogy, and then he rises up to be the successor of Luke. That's awesome. You know?
That would be so amazing. And then you also have the ability to bring the twins into it. I mean, you kind of rebrand them a little bit, like the Solo twins, but like, God, there was just so many balls that were dropped.
So many.
So many. It was so bad. I think that's one of the reasons why Phantom Menace to me is kind of rehabilitated.
So like, but yeah, I think for the Force Awakens too, I think they had a great cast. They actually like had a really good cast, and it was kind of cool like when they brought back everybody. But man, like yeah, the story was just like it was a literal rehashing. But let me tell you what, when I was in the fucking theater, I was pumped. Leia coming on screen, Han coming on. Chewie, are you kidding me,
Are you
dude?
kidding?
I mean, I was pumped too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I remember looking up like the scores, you know, IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, going like, everyone's liking this movie. Everyone's liking this movie. It's the first Star Wars movie since 2003. We got it. Let's go. Let's do.
I mean,
and
I didn't hate
walked
it.
out with heart palpitations of how much I disliked that
it was-
movie.
It wasn't that bad. I was more mad they killed off Han. When Han died, I was like, but I was kind of like, I'm kind of surprised. I was a little
Harrison
surprised.
Ford, I bet he was just like, I'm only going to do this one more time.
No, the fact that he even came back was like, he knows how much money is in that. Like, let's just say it wasn't his best acting chops either. He was just like, oh, we're at it again, Chewie. You know,
The Force,
Leia,
it's real.
I saw him. The Force is real.
The Force is all of it. It's real. Dude.
But it's still better than Attack of the Clones. So
Okay, yeah, I would say it's hard, definitely hard to be bad. Attack of the Clones. What'd you think of The Last Jedi?
The Revenge of the Sith?
No, The Last Jedi, the second movie in the sequel series.
Wasn't a huge fan.
No.
I thought Rian Johnson kind of had a chance to redeem the first one and like actually make a story, but just went fucking out to left field. It was like he swung it and the ball clipped his bat and he was just like, let's see where the fuck it goes.
You mean you didn't like the blue
And-
milk scene?
Bro.
It was bad. I mean, my expectations were fucking low for that movie going in on it anyway. But I was hoping we'd get like some cool cameos, like, oh, I can't wait to say who Snoke is or something like that.
Is that kill him?
Yeah, is that when Snoke died?
Yeah, he just died
Yeah.
immediately.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like as much as you can hate The Force Awakens, they laid foundation where you're like, okay, there could be something here. Like Snoke, who the fuck is this guy? And then they just cut him in half and it was just over. His head cut off or whatever.
His body,
Like that.
no, he got
Nothing.
no. Kylo Ren just did the Force thing and chopped his body in half. Like,
It was so It was like, why even have this character?
why? Why?
A small tool to like propel Kylo, the worst apprentice ever. I feel like if I was Snoke and he was my apprentice, I'd be like, I swear to God, if there was anyone else, he wouldn't be here.
Remember the Saturday Night Live? They made.
Oh my! I was about to say that shit was so funny though.
Kylo Ren was it.
Undercover boss.
Undercover.
Arby's got a 12 pack.
He's ripped. Kylo Ren is shredded, I heard.
Yeah.
He's shredded.
I love at the end, he's like, I'm Kylo Ren. Everybody's like, yeah, no, we knew.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I killed your mom.
Oh my god, that was so
Sad
good.
face. It was so dumb, dude. Okay, moving on with that.
Man, you got me all worked up, dude.
We're talking about the third movie now, Rise of Skywalker.
Who was the Skywalker though?
Rey.
It was Rey.
It was Rey. You know, at the end when she's just like, "My
At the
name's
end.
Rey." Rey Sky.
I thought it was I thought she was related to Palpatine.
She is.
Yeah,
She's
but she was
Palpatine's
like-
granddaughter.
Yeah. She was just taking up the mantle of Skywalker. She's saying, I'm not going to be on the dark side. I'm on the light side. I'm a Skywalker.
Oh.
Yeah, so she said she's Rey Skywalker, which we all saw coming.
I would say she's a phony.
They, instead of making her Palpatine's granddaughter, they should have just made her Luke's like lost daughter. Like
Swear to God.
it would have just
swear.
made more sense.
Yeah.
And then what about is with Disney, right? Just destroying these Jedis, right? Like I mean, like if you were in, like I mean, like with Luke Skywalker,
Mm.
like how he would just attack Kylo Ren, and like this is supposed to be like
Okay, yeah, that I really hated that in The Last Jedi. It was just like
Know
I
what
had
I mean?
vision Kylo would be evil, so I attacked. I was like, dude, you spared Vader, and you're attacking this kid.
And then it was the same with like Obi-Wan when he just when he disappeared for 10 years, he lost all of his training. Like
I mean, that one's actually not new. Like destroying your connection to the Force is not new. That's not a new
Yeah.
concept in Star Wars.
Honestly, they did a good job of in Obi-Wan kind of showing like that progression where he was losing touch with the Force.
Yeah.
See, I don't
That's
think
not
you
new.
can
He's
lose
far
touch
from
with
the first one to do that
if
in
it-
Star Wars.
like how
Oh,
old is
you can no, he's still like Force sensitive, but like I think you lose the ability to control and manipulate the Force as well as you were able to when you're a trained Jedi.
Right, and that's
Like if you, it's a perishable skill, is what they're trying to say.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
Force
I
can
mean,
be-
I guess, but
and, like when you're being hunted by like the Inquisitors and Vader, dude, you're going to like repress your Force ability because that's how they find you.
Yeah, like you almost have to sever your connection.
Right.
Also, I thought Obi-Wan was a good show. So
I know I thought it was too. I just didn't like how they made like Obi-Wan. Like Obi-Wan is the best Jedi to ever live through what we know with Star
Technically,
Wars.
it's Luke and Anakin, but yeah.
You know, and then
technically, it's Qui-Gon fucking Jinn, motherfucking Jinn.
I'm-
give him his
Practice,
dues,
so, you
man.
know,
Qui-Gon
that's
Jinn, they did not give him his dues.
He got
bro.
killed. I mean, like
Well,
we saw Reva
well,
and Obi-Wan. She got
QG2
stabbed in the chest. She was fine. What was Qui-Gon's problem?
I know. Well, they say Qui-Gon Jinn in that movie was like 70 years old. They said he was supposed to be like really old.
Man, look at Count Dooku. Dude, he's old.
Who
He
was Count
Qui-Gon's
Dooku?
master?
Yeah, that's Qui-Gon's master, right? Yeah.
Yoda was Dooku's master.
Where was Dooku when Qui-Gon got killed?
He was doing his own thing. He was like
He was still a Jedi, right?
he was on the fence. He was like pretty
He's a
shaken.
great Jedi.
Yeah. He was a master, but he was at that point he was still shaken, you know.
And Darth Maul was the first Sith Lord that all of them have ever encountered.
that was the first
or-
Sith they've encountered for centuries, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Just wow. Definitely trained in the Force. I loved Qui-Gon
Well,
Jinn.
yeah,
He
see,
was,
like-
the best.
Like if you see like
Ah.
Clone Wars and stuff like that, the Jedi are just on top of a pedestal, like just getting fat. It's not a real
Yeah.
wonder why Maul was able to like trash them because Maul was trained to, hey, these are your enemies, you have to fight these guys. And the Jedi are just kind of lollygagging because they're like, no one can beat us, no one can fight us, there's no Sith anymore. Why should I do all this?
Yeah, well, it shows you like peace makes people soft, right? And yet then you have Sidious playing the long game. Like I'm gonna play a political game and make these guys feel complacent. And he's like,
he
and then, by the
did,
way,
dude.
I'm training this fucking badass who's gonna just wipe the shit with you.
Yeah.
And Maul was the shit, dude.
You know what though, too? It's like those action scenes, the lightsaber scenes, like when Darth Maul got sliced in half, like he just stood there. When Anakin got his arm slid off by Dooku, he just stood there. I'm like,
I mean, I would forgive someone if they're just standing there after getting sliced in half. I'm not
and
gonna
what?
tell them to run back the soldier, run back into the battlefield.
No,
Soldier,
I mean like Darth Maul. I mean like Darth Maul, right? He had the high ground on Obi Wan.
take an Excedrin soldier.
He had the high ground on Obi-Wan, right?
Right.
And he jumped over like he basically tried to do like when Anakin got chopped up by Obi-Wan, he tried to do the same thing
I have the high ground, Anakin.
that Obi-Wan tried. He tried to do Obi-Wan's move, and Obi-Wan just choo choo.
Yeah, because
So
Obi-Wan's
it's just
like, oh, I've
cra-
seen this before. I've done this
Yeah.
before.
But another thing I don't get with Star Wars is like they have like fighting styles, right?
Yeah, they have
Mhm.
I
like,
feel like
8 different saber forms.
yeah, 8 different saber forms or whatever. I feel like you should just be like Bruce Lee, man. Just when
Just
it
do
comes
'em
to
all?
sword fighting.
Just do them all.
Yeah.
Be like Waldo, my friend.
Yeah, man.
I
Because
mean,
you never
you
know
have
what
to
you're gonna
be-
encounter.
You have to be a very, very, very strong Jedi to master all forms of saber combat, and very few. And there's forms like, let's say, Mace Windu's form, Vapad. It's very difficult to master. Usually, people just focus on one form and just do that very, very well.
No, I
Or you
wouldn't
could
call
just have
them a
no
master.
form. You're saying there's no form.
Yeah, there is no form.
Well, I mean, there's
Be like Bruce Lee, bro.
be
Yeah.
like Bruce Lee. Just
Yeah,
what are
no
you
form.
implying?
No
Like,
form is
don't
the best form.
use lightsabers, just use kung fu.
No.
No, he's just no. What it is there should be no rigid style. You should just adapt to your enemy.
Yeah.
But that is the Jedi. They are very rigid. You know, that's
Yeah, that's their downfall.
yeah, that was one of their downfalls is their how rigid they were.
Yeah, they're very much in the doctrine and dogma.
That was
Kind
one
of
of
sounds
the
like a
reasons-
church.
Kind of does sound like a church,
was-
you know?
Sounds like with a Messiah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, they did have
I
a
don't think
prophecy.
Jesus is gonna come down and be like,
No, Anakin was their Jesus. or
was.
thought.
Anakin.
He was, yeah.
Jesus.
You are
Virgin
the
birth.
chosen one.
What? All right, hold on. Let's shift gears a little bit. What about the proposed sequel trilogy with the midichlorians, like at the microscopic level that George Lucas wanted to do?
Yeah, he
Yo.
wanted to do like a macro.
Did you hear about that, Scott?
No.
Oh
He
my
gave me a
god!
draft for the sequel series.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What did
It's
he want to do?
fucking wild.
Why?
He should have. I would have gone with George
do-
Lucas.
The galaxy of microbia. You know, it was like
Yeah,
he wanted to
like
explore the
microorganisms.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like the
he was looking-
midichlorians and stuff, literally like living inside people, like in the blood, and like it's gonna be like Osmosis Jones meets Star
Aw.
Wars.
Ew. Ew.
You never knew about that? I mean, Lucas didn't just like, left them high and dry, dude. He gave them ideas.
I see why Disney.
And I'm sure when they got it, like, fuck, we paid $1 billion to this guy, and this is what he gives us.
You're
Lucas
like,
is
yeah.
sitting there just like, you guys are going to love it, I swear. It's really good, very poetic. It's really good.
Do you
You're just like, thanks, George.
Do you remember the old school, like Mad TV skit with George Lucas where they go to Lucas's Skywalker ranch? He's like, some people would say I'm a god, and they're like, nobody's saying that. He's like, well,
And he's like dressed as an Ewok.
Is he really like that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I honestly, when you hear him talk, he just sounds like a normal dude.
Yeah.
Lucas is pretty normal, dude.
Mm.
Like, I don't.
Nah,
He
see
had one good
anything bad
idea,
about
and he
it.
milked the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I want to see them do like, the Jedi and Sith like the
I know,
war.
dude. You want to see like a good old.
I don't know.
KOTOR
I don't
movie.
understand
You want to
why
see
that
something
one.
like the Old Republic, like let's
I
say
don't know.
like Mandalorian Wars or something like that with the Sith
Yeah.
and the
They're
Jedi.
gonna ruin the Old Republic, dude. They're gonna fucking ruin it.
No, I mean,
you know what, dude? You gotta have some optimism.
yeah,
You gotta have some optimism.
dude. I don't
They're going to
understand
have
what the
Revan,
problem
and
is.
he is going to be deeper than anything you ever seen before.
I think what they should do though, with the Old Republic or whatever, is have Netflix do it and then make it rated R.
HBO or Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah,
they need to go dark. It
that's
needs
what
to
I'm.
be.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
KOTOR is pretty dark.
yeah,
It's pretty dark.
yeah. I seen those cutscenes. You know, the lightsaber scenes, like all
you're
of them.
talking
Like,
about the Old Republic, the MMO, those cutscenes.
still though,
I'm talking
They
about
need-
the old Xbox games.
they
Yeah,
need to do
KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, baby.
Far superior.
because I mean, like those are what people are fiending for.
Yeah,
Don't-
but
I mean, you
Yeah,
to
and
be
you want
honest,
this like
I wouldn't want to be the guy that makes the KOTOR movie because those fans are rabid. If you think the
But
fans
let's-
are rabid now, the ones that protect KOTOR are
dude,
worse.
because it was so good, man. Like, I mean, you're at the high era of the Republic,
right.
you know, and like the Jedi's at its peak, you know. Oh my god, it would be so fucking.
And-
what
and
they
I
need
mean-
is they need to like separate it. They're like, you need to like create your own. Don't listen to any of this shit because
Yeah.
one, it takes place so far behind. Like, they need to like
It's like 4,000.
They need to bring in-
Andor.
Christopher Nolan
Yeah.
to do those movies.
Yeah.
Dude,
Take like 10 years.
If Nolan would do the movies, dude, that'd be awesome. I won't lie.
That would be-
It would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
If he did like, I
Yes.
want like the whole chronological. I want it to start with like, the young Revan. He's in
Yes.
Dantooine Enclave, and in walks his master, and it's fucking Kreia, one of the other goats from the Old Republic era, one of the other goats, and like
I want to play this game so bad right now.
It's a great game.
It's so good. So good.
Like all the bad guys are so fucking good in that game. Oh my god.
I mean, that's what people want, man. Why do they keep giving us this soap opera? One person doing a lightsaber thing, and it just kills me, man. It
Because
just
they're-
kills
Disney's really afraid to move away from the era where like,
but where it made a lot of money.
well, from just the original, trilogy. They're afraid to move off from around the original trilogy. It's why, because Star Wars is a huge universe.
I
you
don't
know?
think they are afraid because I mean, like, look at Andor though. Like Andor was
when did
more
Andor
darkish.
took place.
right, but it was more darkish. It didn't.
Eras though.
yeah. He's talking about the storylines.
I'm saying that like they're too afraid to move off from anything that's at least around where the sequel trilogy, where the original trilogy is, like that timeline.
Mm.
Because we're not going
Too much
far
money in it.
ahead, and we're not going too far behind. Even though Star Wars has thousands of years of history,
Well, I mean, the accolade is the first step, right?
it is the first step, and the director has made clear that she wants to do a KOTOR movie.
No.
So be
She
careful what
can.
you ask for.
Because I mean, like the accolade, it's like
But
I
like,
mean, the casting
Also-
is kind of weak.
I'm sorry, but like,
Did-
they
did-
fuck up Revan. That's it. You can't recover from that because he's the most like die hard, like fan character that people love. Like people would kill for Revan.
Now, even in Revan's days, did they have this prophecy of Anakin?
I don't think they mentioned it. No.
That'd be okay.
If you
That'd be
it's
good.
it's weird to think about it, but like KOTOR 2 really fleshed out the Force on how we understand what the Force is. Like, the Jedi Code and the Sith Code,
Yeah.
that was introduced in those games.
Yeah, it's just more like I don't know, or at least have Amazon do it. Like it's just Disney is just
Look,
they're too
if we want like a real KOTOR movie, Disney won't be able to give us that.
they're too
Like-
PC.
Considering if you ever read like the Old Republic comics, like the Mandalorian Wars were brutal. They were like genociding planets.
That's what I'm saying,
Mhm.
man. They're too PC, bro. Too PC. We gotta.
It's not that PC. It's it's
Give 'em
Disney.
what they
They're not
want.
making rated R movies. Disney's is a kid company.
Disney make some rated R stuff. I think.
Nothing like it would require from KOTOR.
That's why I think, man, if they ever were like, "Hey, we're gonna make KOTOR," I'm gonna be like, "How do I audition?" I'm gonna be the lead guy.
The
I'm
lead
gonna
guy.
tell
You don't
y'all-
even know who the lead guy KOTOR is.
Doesn't matter. I'll be him.
Yeah.
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 I'll be like,
You realize in KOTOR, the Jedi Masters are assholes. Like, they're not good people.
I'll be a Sith then.
You're going to be a Sith.
And I'll be the baddest Sith.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of Sith back then. A
Yeah.
lot.
Hold on.
You
You
could be
mean
Darth
Jedi?
Bandon.
What do you
Mm.
what do you mean by Jedi Masters? Like, were they just so like ingrained into their dogma, or
Well, they were very arrogant, and they let their arrogance take over desperation, especially in the war against Revan, because they pretty much like when Bastila captured Revan after he was knocked unconscious during his betrayal from Darth Malak, they wiped his mind and pretty much turned him into a tool of the Jedi, which is 100% against the Jedi code.
yeah?
But they were desperate to find the Star Forge. And then in
It's-
KOTOR 2, after the Mandalorian War, you find out that they were like, exiling a lot of these Jedi that came
So
back.
And so even the Jedi are corrupt.
That's always been a running theme.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, have fun being a Jedi Master.
I wouldn't want to be a Jedi Master. I'll
Dude,
be a
I'd be-
Jedi Knight.
I'd just be a follower of Revan, dude. I'd be a Revan cast. I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go kill these Mandalorians, bro.
I'll be a Jedi Knight until I find out these Jedi conspiracies, and then I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna do my own thing, or I'm gonna have my own following.
They didn't even.
Here's the real problem. Here's the real problem: is Disney thought it would be like another Marvel that was already kind of fleshed out, and they're like, we're just gonna just shove it down your throat. Like I mean, and like the Mandalorian came out, and
Which was good. First 2 seasons.
which was good. It was well written. It was like took this very minute story. It was like, okay, can we take something small in the universe and not revolve it around whatever at first, but have it tie back in? And what's his face did it? Oh my god, what's his name?
The guy with the curly hair.
Yeah, Happy from Iron Man.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Oh my god, John Favreau, right?
Yeah.
Huge Star Wars fan. And then they were like, oh, we can do this. And then they just started like trying to be like, all right, how much shit can we need content. Because Disney Plus came out at the same time. And they were like, we need content. And they're just throwing shit against the wall and see what sticks.
Yep. And I was worried about the Mandalorian because I was just like, what are they gonna do with it?
I thought it was kind of cool. It was a cool idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I love Mandalorians. I just didn't know narratively where they were gonna go with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially because like most of the Mandalore are dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I do like how they kind of made it like a religion and not so much about a species,
Right.
And he really dove into that kind of lore.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, they
Yeah.
used to be a species, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But most of them are dead. They're like extinct.
yeah. Thank you, KOTOR.
Yes, exactly.
That was KOTOR.
And-
established that.
And and then there was like a couple other things, like when they started making some of the like one-offs, like Rogue One.
That was good.
Great movie, right? It was like these like small stories that could plug into the bigger story, and then they kind of got away from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think once Solo flopped because they were trying to put out too much at one time. Because I didn't even think Solo was that bad of a movie.
I was gonna say.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And why the Obi-Wan, the Kenobi series was a series and not a movie. It was because of the Han Solo debacle.
Because which sucked because it was put out at a terrible time. They had just put out Rogue One, I think,
Mhm.
or maybe it was The Last Jedi. I can't remember, but it followed a movie pretty quickly, so there's no build up. It just kind of got released, and then there was some like kind of
Well, that's what they were doing,
Uh,
right? They were doing a movie, then a series, then a movie, then a series, then a movie, then a series.
yeah, they were trying to like do these like little like midpoint releases because they're trying to shove content out there, and it
Oh
backfired.
yeah.
And there was some controversy around the set where like the dude playing Han Solo was having some trouble kind of like harnessing Harrison Ford, which I think is dumb anyway. They should just let him be who he is, like play the role, don't play the actor.
Right.
Yeah.
But like,
Well,
'cause
Harrison Ford done it this
I enjoyed Solo.
I saw it in the
Yeah, he was
drive-in
fixing
theater,
doors on a set.
and it was okay. I thought it was okay.
Watch it again. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
rewatch
it's
it.
it's pretty
actually
good.
It's
Look,
actually
are
pretty
you
good.
saying it's pretty good because like I didn't get it the first time, or it's just like my expectations are just low for Disney?
Your expectations were they were probably too high at the time when it came out. And also, I mean, Han Solo is but there's also a lot of backstory to Han, and they kind of stay true to it a little bit, right? Like trying to join the Imperial Navy and all that kind of stuff, which I thought was cool. Because like when I was growing up, I mean, I read all the Han Solo books.
Yeah.
And it was like, kind of followed. I mean, there were some other characters that they probably could have added instead of like whoever Amelia Clark played. I can't remember her name. But there were some other characters
like
in
Kira.
the books. Yeah. That I think would have been better. But it was pretty good, I thought.
I know Scott's favorite part was with the very last scene.
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Oh,
I liked the cameo, but I thought it was a kind of a dumb scene because he pulled his lightsaber and ignited. I was like, dude, you're a hologram. What are you gonna do?
yeah.
Why are you doing that? You're a hologram. You're about to kill the guy next to you or something.
But they're setting it all. I feel like maybe they are setting it all up for the Mandalorian Wars.
No.
No.
I don't see it at all.
No, dude,
don't
they don't know where they're
Give the
going.
people what they want, Disney.
I feel like if we do see KOTOR live action, it's going to be nothing like that. They probably won't even do the Mandalorian Wars.
Give the people what they want. That's all I'm saying.
They're not going to.
We want to see.
They need to either go KOTOR between KOTOR and the current trilogies, or they need to go into the future and start fresh.
Get rid of they need to leave.
I would say start fresh after their rendition of Heir to the Empire. I'm excited for that one.
What's
the book?
Hold on, what's
big
the new
Zahn
movie?
fan, huh?
What's the new movie coming out?
I don't know, but it's going to be Heir of the Empire, basically.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
So there's.
But are they trying to make? Are they actually making a trilogy? Because they were talking about that.
I think, I know the whole Disney, the whole Disney Star Wars versus the series is culminating into something, and that's going to be Heir to the Empire, basically.
So it's going to be a series, not a movie.
No, it's definitely a movie, but I can't tell you if it's going to be a trilogy or not.
Okay. I mean, the fact that Thrawn, they've already introduced him was great.
Yeah,
but
I was definitely hyped for that.
Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, they're gonna botch it, dude. They're gonna fucking drop the ball.
Look,
it's gonna be terrible.
I won't lie. With his undead soldiers, that was different. That was different with the undead soldiers.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like Thrawn, but he's coming back. He's going to get the Imperial remnant together, and he's going to just fuck the galaxy with no loop. It's gonna be great. He's
you know what here's my fear is that they're gonna turn it into an Avengers type of movie.
That's what they're doing.
They're gonna, and I don't want that. It's terrible. I don't want that. I don't need Thanos versus the Avengers, right? That's not. It's ridiculous, dude.
I didn't even watch. I don't even watch.
If Thrawn is going to be Thanos, but he's definitely looking like he is going to be Thanos.
They're literally just setting it up for that. It doesn't have to be him being all powerful or anything. It's just him being the ultimate bad guy versus all these other characters that really, we could all live without.
Ahsoka?
I like Ahsoka. I thought she was a great addition
to the Star Wars
universe. It's going to be like Ahsoka. It's going to be Grogu, Din Djarin.
I got no powers. It's just gonna be Grogu. Grogu is literally Baby Groot, right? Star-Lord is Din Djarin. Ahsoka is what's her face? This is Guardians of the Galaxy all over again.
Very true.
It's gonna be such trash, dude.
But it is gonna be like Guardians of the Galaxy, yes.
We
got
maybe
Bridger, Sabine Wren.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? We need to go to an alternate timeline where Disney is not.
Luke probably is going to be in it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like it's just gonna be a bunch of CGI'd motherfuckers. Um, I'm sure Chewie will have a nice little cameo.
Fuck yeah.
You know, it's gonna be trash.
We're gonna see like Harrison Ford again, maybe.
But like computerized to be younger, you know, like in The Irishman, when they like made Robert De Niro look, yeah, like that's what they're gonna do.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hype. Look, dude, I know it's just like a sci fest, but like that's the best we got right now. That's what we got. It's what we got. We're not getting anything else.
Until we can start making our own Star Wars movies.
Never gonna happen. Not
Probably.
with Disney. Disney's very protective.
Did they ever introduce like somebody like Mara Jade or anybody like
Nope.
that? Yeah, like why not bring in some of those characters that people actually like? I don't know.
I mean, we already saw the death of Luke. There was
Makes
no
me mad.
mention of Mara, no mention of any kids. So the hope is grim. Hope is grim. I mean,
Makes no sense,
He
dude.
visited Rey at the afterlife, not his kids. If that tells you anything.
Well, Rey is the
She's Rey Skywalker.
Skywalker.
She's
She should have been. Fuck it. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Rey Skywalker. Don't worry, you might get a Finn Solo before we know it.
A Finn Solo.
I'm Finn Solo. Oh my god, I want that to happen.
Finn Solo.
Finn Solo, baby. Finn Solo.
Also, like, why not? Like, you know, they tried to create this lore with the new trilogy. Like, what happened to the Order of Ren? Like, why didn't they like expand upon that kind of shit? Like, that was kind of interesting.
I barely even know who they are.
Like, why not? There's like some stuff there you could explore. Like, why is that not a one-off movie or a series?
Apparently, in the original script before J.J. Abrams got a hold of it, they were supposed to be expanded upon in the last movie.
Fucking JJ.
I know.
JJ.
What's his name? The guy that did Mandalorian. What was his name?
John
Yeah,
Favreau.
that was Favreau.
Yeah, him. Didn't he have like a big thing with the CEO of Disney? Because he wanted to do it his way and she was not having it or something.
Oh, Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
She like
Yeah.
runs the Star Wars stuff.
That was
She's made some pretty dumb statements lately too.
Yeah. I mean,
She was saying that you know, everybody doesn't like, or like there's the pushback on the Acolyte because Star Wars has a male dominated fan base and they won't accept a woman director. And it's like, well, if it's a male dominated fan base, then you know who you're playing, who your audience is. Like, why
no.
alienate your whole fan base?
I know.
I don't know.
I do want to say, I do kind of want to touch on the Acolyte only because like the casting, yeah, because you have the guy from Squid Games.
Hell yeah. Oscar.
You know, you got a gay black guy,
Oscar.
as a Jedi. I mean, this is the Jedi is just
They're diverse.
Very diverse Jedi.
not enough alien Jedi. We can say that.
Never is.
Oh, that's it. So that's actually interesting because I feel like in the prequel trilogy they made a very big point of showing like most humans, you know, it's everybody.
It's everybody, right? So it's just,
You know.
it's just, I don't know. You don't get like
Are you
that.
saying,
Like,
Scott, are you saying they have an agenda? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it's very PC. That's what I'm saying. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm still a Star Wars fan. I still love Star Wars, but I mean, like, you just can't like, dude. There was like 6 Jedis and that one Sith did one thing and all of them just flew.
Look, man, that was just the cliffhanger. It could be something else. You know, we're gonna find out tonight, right?
They're weak. They're a weak
Again,
Jedi.
They've grown fat on their pedestal.
They have. They have.
So narratively, that's usually the excuse.
But I do know people are speculating about the agenda, and I mean, like, it is what it is. I mean, like,
Is what it is.
you're gonna, you know, but it is kind of like, you like the Jedi, like, because when you think of a Jedi, you think it's strong, like they're strong. But these group of Jedis, you're just like, nah,
Are you
they're
saying
not it.
gays can't be strong?
No, I didn't say that.
That's what I heard. That's what I
didn't say
heard, dude.
that. I just said these Jedi are
Clip it.
not it. These group of Jedi are not it. For all we know, the Sith Lord could be gay.
It might be.
You know what I mean? Like,
It might be. It might be. And yet
And
he just messed those Jedi up.
and he messed them all up. You know?
You know, I don't even know what to say to that.
Because
Remember there was a time watching the movies where the sexuality played no part in any of it.
I know.
The
But
weirdest part was Luke kissed his sister.
yeah,
Still not over that.
he kissed his
I mean,
sister.
is sexuality really playing a part in the Acolyte?
Yes.
How?
I
I mean, the fact that you even know anybody's gay or not is just kind of weird.
There isn't anyone
Thank
gay
you.
in the Acolyte. Who's gay?
That's not what Scott just said. He said
Huh.
there's a gay Jedi.
the gay black guy.
Who? He's a Jedi in the Old Order. He can't be gay. There's no
Whoa.
attachment.
No, that guy's gay. And
So he
And-
gives you
hold on.
gay vibes. That
Hold
doesn't
on.
mean
Hold
he's
on.
gay.
okay. If there's no attachment, what about with the apprentice, the alien apprentice girl that's falling in love with the main character?
Dude, how come friendship is being like conflated with sexuality nowadays?
Oh, bro, are you telling me she was flirting with her?
She's just being nice.
Come on now.
I'm just saying, like, Jedi, this is the old peak Jedi, dude. There is no love, there is no attachment.
I wouldn't call it the peak Jedi.
Yeah,
High Republic
trust
is
me.
supposed
This
to be
group of Jedi's,
wow.
hold on, trust me. These group of Jedi's aren't at the peak.
I'm just saying, like, that's the idea of the High Republic.
I know, I understand that. And I'm saying, like, when you see these so when you see these group of Jedi's, you think, oh yeah, these are the peak Jedi's.
Dude,
Adam-
they ruined High Republic, from what I can tell.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah, that's what. So hold on, would you take? So let me ask you this, right? Would you take these Jedi's and put them in a match against Obi-Wan, Anakin, Qui-Gon,
Okay. So
and you're gonna
would I take these Jedi who don't really
Yeah.
have much conflict against a Clone War veteran, the Messiah, and the
hold
dude
on,
who found
hold
the
on.
Messiah? I think I'm gonna
Okay,
have to
then-
take the Messiah.
Okay, then take Anakin out of the mix. What about if you just go back to Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, where they haven't seen a Sith Lord?
Yeah, I would probably take them over Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. And like, let's say before they met Maul, yeah, I would take them. Qui-Gon just got he got punked by a Sith apprentice.
I'm gonna Cap. I'm calling Cap.
How are you
Cap.
calling Cap?
There's no way.
How are
dude.
you
You're gonna
calling
say-
Cap?
Because
I think there's a big difference between a Sith apprentice and a bunch of gay Jedi, is what Scott's saying. Not me. That's what Scott's saying.
I'm just saying, like, Qui-Gon got punked against a Sith apprentice. We don't know the capabilities of these Jedi yet. We're about to find out tonight because they're about to battle a Sith. So let's
they're
see
gonna
what
die.
happens. I don't think. Well, some of them will die, but a lot of them are part of the main cast, so I doubt it.
I
You
want
know
like a
what?
Game of Thrones style, like Star Wars.
they need to. I mean, the Sith Lord. It would be like that with the Sith for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be
like Darth Maul going into a brothel, and then like
That's what I'm saying. A rated R, dude.
Going
Why-
so
Luke and
wrong.
Leia keeping the throne. It gets weird,
Where is George R.R. Martin when you need him?
I'm rewriting Game of Thrones with just Star Wars characters.
Because I feel like that's like what would really happen.
Yeah.
Not a fairy tale.
Well, there's also lightsabers, so it's a
Oh.
fairy tale.
Yeah, the lightsabers replace the dragons.
Oh my god!
No, well,
I
I'm
got so many
curious. I
good
want to
ideas right
see.
now.
I do want to see tonight's episode because I mean, like we'll know for a fact if they could. Because it was just Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan beat Darth Maul by himself. There's like 7 of these guys against the Sith.
I haven't even seen them fight yet, dude. How are you
Right.
condemning them
First of all,
already?
a Sith apprentice is just because it's a Sith apprentice does not mean they're not at the skill of a Jedi Master.
Hold on, say that again.
So just because they're called an apprentice does not mean they're not at the skill of a Jedi Master.
Would you take
But this is but
Sith Apprentice?
but this is at a peak though. This is at its peak of Jedi.
That's what they want you to think. It's PC culture. So I would say peak Jedi, Knights of the Old Republic. Old Republic was peak
Oh.
Jedi.
For sure. For sure. But then what if you get KOTOR and it's the same
These
kind of
these are weak bitch Jedi. Okay. Like you've already said it, dude.
Allegedly.
They're all gay. You said they're all allegedly gay
allegedly.
and they're weak and they're soft. But Scott said it's because they're gay. I don't know what that had anything to do with it, but
No,
Kinda.
because like you said,
Give some
like you said too, like why is the emphasis on the sexuality? Like,
I don't know what emphasis you're even talking about.
bro,
What emphasis?
they
I'm
make it
pretty sure didn't the director come out and say like they're all like pansexual and stuff?
No, are you serious?
I
You're
don't
lying.
remember.
Stop
She said something.
Stop lying.
They said it was. Oh, now I remember. One of the actors said it was the gayest Star Wars ever.
Are you
I think the director
serious?
said that. They wanted to make it the gayest Star Wars ever. Yeah.
Are you serious? No,
Yeah.
Google. I do not. No way, dude. No way.
Jordan's right. Jordan's right.
think
They
that's
did
what
say
they
there
said.
is a quote out there like that. Yeah.
But see, so how can you sit there, Jordan, and then like, so if I'm coming to this conclusion,
I'm seeing what is presented. Not
Jordan, I swear to God, if I turn on an episode and they have a rainbow lightsaber, I'm fucking turning it off.
I hope they do. That would be.
First of all,
hilarious.
it's impossible. It's impossible. The light spectrum does not work that way.
I don't care what the actor and director says. If I don't see gayness, I don't see gayness.
Scott says he sees gayness.
Like if I was seeing gayness like a rainbow lightsaber, then yeah, I would agree. But I've
Like
yet
a
to see
rainbow
that.
lightsaber.
Everyone's talking about
Well-
like these it's so gay, but all of them are just largely assumptions. Like I haven't seen.
Yeah, but when you have the,
tangible
but I guess when you have a
evidence.
show, when you have a showrunner kind of coming out and saying like that's their intent, it's kind of hard for people to like say it's.
and I didn't
it's
even
not.
know. I mean, and honestly, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that the showrunner or director said
Do
it.
you remember when Solo was released and Donald Glover, who played Lando Calrissian, was like, "Oh yeah, he's like Lando's like what did he call it? He called him like a pansexual or something, or like panspeciesist. Like he would just sleep with anybody. Like they kind of like hinted that he might be like bisexual.
I mean, he does have a
And then and he was like, "Oh no, he sleeps with whatever he can, like no matter what the species." Or it was something weird like that, and people were freaking out about that.
that they were.
They were like they made Lando Calrissian gay,
Ah.
and and he was like, "Nah, dude, that man sleeps with whatever he can." I can't remember what he
Moral of the
called.
story is
I
it
can't-
doesn't take much to set people off.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
moral of
we
the
got
story.
Exhibit A right here, dude.
No, I mean, no, I don't care, but just don't say like these are like peak Jedi when you watch them
It's
and you're like,
supposed to
nah,
be
there ain't no
Jedi.
way.
I'm sorry.
Like there ain't no,
Narratively,
because
that's what it's supposed to be. We
Right,
haven't
I
really
know
seen
that.
them fight yet.
you're right. But here's the thing, like when you grow up and you have Obi-Wan, you have Qui-Gon Jinn,
Then you're looking through
You know what I
nostalgia
mean?
lens.
you have Anakin Skywalker.
The Messiah.
You have Mace Windu, bro. And then you go to the Accolade and you're like, no. You're just like, no, these Jedi's, this cast, no. No,
All right.
no.
All right. That's all the time we have left.
I'm
Thank
just
you so much for
saying, dude.
watching. This is Jay signing off.
This is it.
Okay.
This is free money.